kind of the biggest like arenas where you've kind of had a wow factor going into it? Because this would probably qualify as one of the best atmospheres in college basketball.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, besides back home, IU, that was a pretty big atmosphere. But besides that, I think this will probably be one of the biggest. So, it should be cool.
You play IU during the state tournament, or?
No, we just went down. I went down there to watch a couple games and stuff. And just,
okay.
Just being in that atmosphere, it's always pretty packed and always sold out and stuff, and the fans always, involved. So.
As the season's gone on, what have you learned about playing in road games that can lead to some success, especially in this kind of environment?
Road games, I know for sure, like the crowd. The crowd really helps, teams a lot. As far as, a lot of games that we lost, we were up for, so much the majority of the game, but once they hit a couple shots and the crowd started getting involved, it's like they just fed off the crowd. So it's really, the crowd got a lot to do with it when we play road games.
Is it hard to sustain? Is it going to be hard to sustain the good habits you guys have gotten into these last 2 weeks, taking that on the road?
Mm-hmm.
Because you probably got a lot of fuel from your home fans,
yeah.
And now it's basically you guys sustaining it amongst yourselves.
I think we'll be all right. I think these last few practices and last couple of weeks we've been practicing hard, and us practicing hard made the games easier, and we turned out and we won those games. So we keep progressing nicely, and we play good in practice again today and on the road, and we'll be good for the games.
You guys are kind of back in the Pac-12 tournament, or not tournament, but standings race right now.
Yeah.
2 games behind Arizona. Does that make this game even more significant, you think?
Yeah, I think every game from here on out is pretty big, and I feel like we need to win every game, and including getting into the tournament, we need to win every game there too. So it's gonna be pretty tough, but I think we can do it. I think it's definitely possible to get both of those wins.
Looking at the film at Rustic and Aiden, what stands out to you about them defensively, and what stands out in ways you can attack them?
They're tremendous players, and they get the ball inside a lot. So we just gotta, our bigs just gotta battle, and our guards gotta help dig a lot. When they put it on the floor, and we'll be good though.
It seemed like in the second half of the SC game, you took a shot to maybe to your lower back or something like that. Was it hard to play through that pain? Where did that pain rank for you playing through that one?
Right then, it was probably about a 7 or 8. Just getting hit like that. He just straight knee to my back, so it kind of hurt right there. But I tried to just play through it. The adrenaline was kicking in, so I was good until about the end of the game when I started chilling. He started coming back on me.
You guys have established some good habits these last couple of weeks at home, both offensively and defensively. How do you kind of carry that onto the road where you can't really have the home crowd kind of fueling you when things are going well?
I think it's just about continuing to focus on ourselves and trying to generate that energy ourselves, really on the court and on the bench, just encouraging each other and just trying to play the team game the best we can.
You've been part of some games in Arizona. Last year you won. I think the year before was a really close game throughout. How did you manage the crowd noise there so well those last couple times you played there?
I mean, yeah, it's an incredible environment there for sure, but at the end of the day, it's just about the 10 guys that are on the court and just trying to work the best you can as a team. And there's always going to be some sort of distraction or I guess something going on off the court. It's just about focus on the guys you have out there and just playing hard and playing the best you can.
Do you tell any of the younger guys that this is like maybe a step up, this crowd compared to some other ones, just to get them ready for this?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. So you can try to explain it the best you can by just talking to them, but it's one of those things I think you'll have to experience to understand the way it is. But I think this past weekend really got them, I think, hopefully a good feel for it, just what I guess kind of a excitable atmosphere, I guess it would be. I mean, of course, the fans this past weekend were more UCLA fans than Arizona fans or SC fans, but yeah, I think it gave them a good experience for what to expect.
What do you think about Reggie Miller in the locker room?
That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, to have guys like that are coming back and just, celebrating a win like that with us, it's a really cool experience.
Did he say anything meaningful to you guys, or was he just kind of there to, like, whoop it up? Or?
Kind of, just there, just excitable. But, I mean, it was great to just have a chance to talk to him and have him in the locker room with us.
You guys have a lot of famous alums just come watch games. Do they come into the locker room often, or is that kind of a special moment?
Not often, I think that was, one of the few. But, I mean, that was, very, like you said, a very special moment.
In the SC game, how did you guys kind of hunker down at the end when they had, I think, 7 offensive rebounds and you guys had none at one point in the second half? Then that kind of stopped for them. They didn't dominate in the paint for like the last 8 to 10 minutes when you made that run to get it back to tied and then taking the lead. What kind of changed those last 10 minutes?
I think we just hunkered down and focus on that, especially just try to keep them out of the paint, try to make them take tough twos. And yeah, I think we did a good job of putting a little run together and getting the game back close and eventually pulling ahead. But yeah, I mean, they're a really good team, and one thing they do really well is get the ball into the paint and get those offensive rebounds. So yeah, we just focused on taking those away, and I think that helped us pull away and get the win.
I know this will be your first time against DeAndre Ayton. How does he compare on film maybe to a guy like Metu who you just played against?
I think he's similar to Metu just in terms of both being extremely athletic. But yeah, I think with Ristic, he's very physically gifted. He's a strong kid, and he's very skilled as well. So he'll present some challenges for us, but it'll be a tough test. I think we're ready to go, though.
You ever look at the bracketology stuff as we get closer to the tournament to kind of see where you guys are? Maybe think about, we need to like boost our resume?
I mean, not really, to be honest. I just try to focus on just taking it one day at a time and just making sure this team keeps getting better and just trying to win ball games. I think if we control what we can control, that stuff will work itself out. So that's just about focusing on ourselves, really.
You guys are kind of back in the Pac-12 race now. Has that been discussed at all? Do you guys think about that? I mean, it's still there. You're 2 games behind Arizona, and you're playing Arizona now.
Yeah. No, I think it's like I said, kind of the same thing. Just about focusing on ourselves and taking it one game at a time and controlling what we can control. I mean, we can't control if certain teams are going to lose on certain nights, of course, except if we're playing against them. But yeah, I mean, it's just about going out there and giving the best effort we can every day.
You're only playing Arizona once this season. Are you okay with that, or you wish that the schedule had worked out because they're obviously one of the better teams in the conference? That you'd had 2 shots at them, or just kind of it is what it is kind of thing?
I mean, it is what it is, yeah, of course. But I mean, you'd like to play every team twice, home and away. But yeah, just the way the Pac-12 works out, and we get to play them once this year, so it'll be a big game for sure. But yeah, just get ready for that opportunity.
Some speculation that you may be the youngest player in college basketball. Do you know that's a fact or not?
I don't really know much about that fact. I know for sure I'm probably most likely one of the youngest players here in D1. But I don't know exactly if I'm the youngest. That'd be cool if I was. But I've always been the youngest everywhere I've been, so it wouldn't strike me.
What do you think? How would you kind of describe your development this season, and how pleased are you with kind of where you've gotten to now?
It was a bit of a tougher transition to be, I guess, productive here on this level immediately for me. I guess it was just taking what coach is telling me and trying to translate it to my game, put it on the court. Coach always knows the best. He's trying to tell me what I do well, telling me what he thinks I can do well in the game, and just playing simple and just doing what I can out there. I guess the biggest thing that I've had a problem with is trying to be comfortable on the court with the change in the speed and everything. So that's probably been the biggest transition. But as of lately, I feel more comfortable. I feel as if I'm being more productive, and I hope that just keeps building.
Do you feel like you're playing a little bit more loose in the USC game? I know there was that one play where you went up and tried to dunk it on Metu and drew the foul. Do you feel like you just kind of went into that game and you're just playing a little bit instead of thinking about it or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to react more than actually thinking. Because when I go out there and I just play my game, that's usually when good things happen. Usually when I think about something before I do it, that's when I make a mistake. So that play was pretty much just, I saw an opening, I just took it, and I tried to finish it. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but I did draw the foul. So, yeah, I do feel like I'm a bit more loose, a bit more comfortable, and I'm just trying to take what the defense gives me instead of thinking about it and second-guessing myself.
As a freshman going to Tucson, which is probably, or definitely is, one of the most intimidating environments in the Pac-12, does that how does that make you feel? Are you excited for your opportunity? Is it a little bit intimidating? How do you kind of feel about it?
I'm definitely excited. I love playing here, and I love playing, away games as well. We played quite a few before that last 3 home game stretch. I love, going into other people's places and competing. It's always fun because they've got the crowd behind them. But, as a team, it's our job to work against them and the crowd and try to come out with a W. So Tucson's a pretty, basketball environment. They're going to definitely have fans. It's going to be filled. Everyone's going to be cheering, not necessarily for us, but I do like going away and playing in other places and coming out with a win. That's the best feeling to me.